Good morning, y'all. And from the mouth of babes. Okay, so apparently at this middle school in Massachusetts somewhere, they wanted to force Pride Month on some kids. And the kids said, you know what? We've had enough. We've had enough of this nonsense. We've had enough of you adults forcing us to do things we don't want to. So no, you know what? We've got a new flag for you. And Old Glory came out. And they said our pronouns are USA. And then this one parent or whoever, I don't even think they were a parent, they came out and said there's no two sides. Well, unfortunately, ma'am, in order to have an agreement or a disagreement or any kind of agreement, you have to have two sides. That means you have to have people that agree and people that don't agree. Okay, and clearly the kids have spoken their minds. They said, while it's cool for y'all to do y'all thing, we want to be able to do our thing. And then they put up a Tennessee Williams quote. Okay, let me explain to you, because clearly the level of intelligence in this community has gone from little to none. When Tennessee Williams said that love is not straight, he was not talking about gay and straight and LGBTQ and all that other crap and sexuality. What he was talking about is the same thing that love has been for millions and billions of years. And that's like a winding river. It takes its twists and turns and nothing can stop it. Okay? It doesn't mean that, oh, well, you know, if you want to really love somebody, you got to be gay. No, that's not what it means.
Way to twist the words, though.
And I think it's absolutely disgusting, and it really pisses me off when you take literature from these great scholars and try and twist it. So you want to see some twists and turns? Let me help you with your twists and turns. Okay, number one, the LGBTQ community uses the rainbow flag. Okay, the rainbow being a holy covenant between God and man, stating that he will never destroy sin with water again. You go outside after it rains, the world smells fresh and clean. You see rainbows, you remember the covenant that he stated that I will never destroy sin again. Because that's where the rainbow comes from.
With water.
With water. Now, these people want to take the rainbow, the Holy Covenant, and spit in God's face by utilizing that Holy Covenant to state, this is our sexuality, this is our sins of the flesh. And let's take a deep dive into the LGBTQ community. What do they suffer from? Disease, ending their own lives, ending their bloodlines literally because they don't procreate. And so literally God's covenant, their banner, is proving God's words true. He is removing the sins of the flesh and complete families like he did during the flood. Entire families, entire lineages from this earth because of their sexuality. Oh, you don't like that? You don't like the fact that people could see that? That literally you are using God's covenant as your banner and proving God right. That he won't remove sin from the earth via water again. But you're removing your bloodlines. You're removing your lineages through the same thing you're trying to spit in God's face with, your sexuality. You don't procreate, so there's your lineage gone from the earth. There's many more diseases and viruses that your community catches because of your sexuality and your sexual deviance. And you sit there waving God's covenant and saying, oh, look at us, we're spitting in the face of God. Oh, look at us, we're using his covenant as our banner. And Christians are like, he's removing sins and sinful natures from this earth via your sexuality. You're literally proving his covenant. It's like every time I look at a rainbow flag, I realize God made a covenant that he would not remove sin from this earth again by water. But there are so many other means that he can remove sin from this earth by. And one is not allowing procreation, which removes lineages, literally taking your genes out of the gene pool. And you do that by yourself. There's disease, be it sexually transmitted diseases or mental disease, where you remove yourself from this earth. God didn't tell you how he was going to remove sin from this earth. He said he's going to continue to remove sin. It's just not going to be by water. And we're seeing one way. Well, actually, more than one way, in one way. You respect no one's rights. You force upon these kids your deviant and deviance. And you expect them to just be like, oh, well, you know, an adult said it, so I have to obey it. And that is cowardice. When you use your seat of power, as in, I'm an adult, you're a kid, you do what I say, and the fact that parents teach their kids to respect adults. And you're using your power, a seat of power, to do this to these kids.
Tyranny at its finest.
I watched a trial where this woman killed her stepson. And one of the charges on that trial was that she used a position of trust to harm this child. And I believe that's exactly what you are doing. Teachers, school districts, you are utilizing a position of trust to mentally harm these children. Why are the DAs in these places not charging these people? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being gay, trans, whatever. Be who you want to be. But I believe fully, just like many people believe fully, that it is for an adult to participate in sexuality like this. Any sexuality, period, even heterosexual. I would have a problem if my daughter and my son went to school and they were like, oh, guess what? Well, in this school, we're celebrating straight Pride Month. Just to be fair, no. That's not acceptable either. You are adults. I should not have to tell an adult how to be an adult, okay? You are acting like adults. And yes, I may be mentally ill, but y'all call me crazy? Y'all give me a diagnosis of crazy? Y'all say, oh, she's mentally ill. Here's all her diagnoses. And yet, I could see that these children are being harmed mentally, spiritually, eventually physically, and sexually. You're in the wrong. And that is why these children are standing up and going, no, no more. No more. It was okay when you said, there's a gay person in our class. Let's respect them. Let's be nice to them. Let's include them in our games and not make fun of them and not shun them and not hurt their feelings. That was okay. But now it's going to the point where you are forcing your sexuality on kids. And what is that? That is what you call sexual abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, abusing a seat of power, abusing a position of trust. That is what you are doing. And that is why when you argue back, well, it's not fair because nobody listens to you because you are abusing children. Children, it's okay if you're gay. It's fine if that's what you are. Okay? If you feel like that and that's what you think you are, by all means, it's okay. But also, on the other hand, it's okay to be straight. It's okay to not even think about sex or sexuality or what kind of relationships you want to have. It's okay. That is not for adults to decide for you. If you're not okay with all this sexual talk, it's okay to say, look, I'm not okay with this. I don't like this. I don't want it around me. I don't want to participate. And it's okay if you're gay and you say, look, I want to wear my little rainbow colors and be happy and participate. That is okay. And it's okay if you look around and say, you know what? No. We don't need to put this at the forefront. I want to learn. I want to learn math. I want to learn science. I want to learn social studies. I want to learn reading. I want to learn physical education. I want to learn shop, home ec, how to do my taxes, how to address a letter, how to write in cursive, how to read a time clock. Analog. Thank you. Because right now, English is hard for me. The simple fact is, it is okay to tell these adults in a position of power and in a position of trust, no. And it's okay to go and be friends with gay people and be friends with straight people and be friends with people that don't even care about sex. It's okay. And it's okay for all of you to band together and say, look, how we feel on the inside and our sexuality is no concern of yours. Stay out our business. Stop forcing Pride Month, Straight Month, Non-Sexual Month on us. That is your deal, not ours. We're kids. We go to school to learn what our parents learn. We don't go to school to learn what the new fad is for frickin' adults. And it's okay to say that. And it's okay to say, we don't want this. And it's okay to say, well, if we have this, then we need this. There is not one side of any coin. And for those intelligent kids that looked at that Tennessee Williams quote and said, it's not okay to take literature and screw it and force it and twist it and put it to your own use, it's okay to say that. It's okay to go to the teacher and say, you know what? That is a misquote of what Tennessee Williams meant. It is taken out of context and it's wrong. And it's okay. You could do that. Because now it seems like Auntie Robo, once again, has to step up the game. Kids, you have rights. As United States citizens, as birthright citizens. Let me say goodbye to my husband. He gonna get on my nerve this morning already. I see it already.
Sorry, I got things to take care of, guys.
I love you. Be safe.
I love you, I will.
Good man. Kids, you have rights. Absolutely have rights. Under the United States Constitution, no one can force anything on you. They can't force Pride Month. They can't force Straight Month. They can't force religion. They can't force anything. You have rights. You also have protection under the law. If an adult is speaking to you about sexuality and you don't like it and it makes you feel uncomfortable, you are allowed to go to your parents and say, this is what happened, this, and the other thing. And I want it to stop because it makes me feel uncomfortable and I don't like it. And if it doesn't stop, you are well within your rights to go to the police and say, this is what's happening and I feel violated. You're allowed to do that. You have rights. Under the great Constitution of the United States. Personally, it tickled me pink when I saw those kids stand up and say, my pronouns are USA. Because under that banner, everyone is accepted. Everyone has a place in society. Everyone has rights by the Constitution. Old Glory is a banner of non-bias, non-racial, non-religious, non-sexuality that anyone and everyone in America can raise and wave with pride. It made me cry to see these kids saying, okay, it's Pride Month, and putting Old Glory out there. Those kids got it 100%. Those kids got it 100,000 billion, million, quadrillion, exponential numbers percent correct. While the rainbow flag is biased against straight people. While the rainbow flag is biased against Christians. That American flag is not biased against LGBTQ. It's not biased against atheists. It's not biased even against Satanists. That red, white, and blue flag with 13 stripes and 50 stars is the only banner anywhere in the world that says, you be who you are. But first of all, you're American. Those kids tore my adult heart out of my chest, put it down on a patriotic pedestal, and pounded it with the hammer of freedom, and then stuffed it back into my chest. My eyes were watering when I saw that, when they said my pronouns are USA. I'm an American. This is my banner. And I was just like, oh my God, Lord have mercy. Because they said with bringing up Old Glory, they literally said, Pride Month should be inclusive. Not just to gay people, not just to lesbians, not just to queers, not just to trans, not just to bi people, not just to anybody. It should be for everybody. And your flag doesn't cut it. This flag cuts it. This flag is inclusive to LGBTQ, black people, white people, red people, green people, blue purple people, yellow people, every people. It is inclusive to Christians, Muslims, atheists, Satanists, Buddhists, everyone. This flag is inclusive to adults, children, babies, elders, everyone. Disabled, mentally, physically, spiritually, educationally, everyone. This is a flag we should have pride in. Those kids, I don't know who thought that up, but whichever kid did, that's the next president. Because that kid knows their stuff. But yes, kids, I stand with you. And the reason I stand with you is not because I'm anti-LGBTQ. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you're transphobic. Oh, you're homophobic. Oh, you're thisophobic. The only phobic I am is I have a fear of heights and a fear of spiders and a fear of enclosed places. That's my fears. Claustrophobic, heightophobic, whatever, and freaking arachnophobic. Okay? That's my phobics. The reason I stand with these kids is because they are utilizing one of the rights that is found in that great country of that great, excellent banner, flag that they raised in rebellion like any patriot versus tyranny. That men and women fought and died for. whose breaths literally make that flag wave in the breeze. I stand with them because that is the only flag that matters. That flag is inclusive to everyone, everything. Anybody that looks at Old Glory, red, white, and blue, and says, you know what? I'm an American first, above all else. Above being a Christian, above being a heterosexual, above being a white woman that has Comanche, Irish, and Spanish in her heritage, above being a mother of 6, above being a mother to a bunny rabbit and 2 cats, above being a wife to a Marine veteran. I am an American. I believe that LGBTQ have rights. I don't quite care for their sexuality, nor the way they twist the Bible. But that's all irrelevant. When it comes to that particular flag and banner, they are Americans. They are my brothers and sisters. I will fight for them and their freedoms just like they would fight for me and mine. So those kids, in essence, they took the one great flag, the one great banner that is all inclusive, unbiased, infallible, and they put it up against the rainbow flag. And you know what? There were people going crazy on the left saying, there's no 2 sides. There's no this, that, and the other thing. And their argument was invalid. Because once you put up Old Glory against any flag, I don't care what flag it is, there is no flag that could stand like Old Glory does. No flag. No flag that is as inclusive, means so much, can bring about spirituality in people that don't agree. We all agree we're all Americans. We all agree that we're under the Constitution of the United States. We all agree that the men and women that died for that flag and fought for that flag, they are heroes. We all agree that we are American. Those kids use the symbol that unites. Use the symbol that stands for freedom. Use the symbol that no other flag could ever stand up to. They used Old Glory in the proper, perfect presentation, stating, we have rights. We are free. You can't force this on us. This is who we all are. This is a flag of inclusivity. Amazing. I got off track though. From the mouth of babes, right? From the mouth of babes. Those middle school kids said, you want to have pride? That's all inclusive? This flag is it. You want to have pronouns? Something to call me? Call me an American. Those kids, on point, won every damn argument against Anybody that comes up against them, they automatically won. Automatically. I don't care what your argument is. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you are a scholar. I don't care if you're a policeman. I don't care if you're a fireman. Those kids beat your argument. Any argument you have. By taking out Old Glory and putting her up there as their banner. Because now automatically anybody who is proud to be an American, anybody who believes in freedom, anybody that sees that flag and feels like they're included, you all just joined those kids' side. And those kids are right. School district, you ain't right. You ain't right. Glared intimidatingly. A kid glaring intimidatingly at an adult. They frightened you that much. No, what frightened you was that American flag. Because they were like, I had enough of you. I'm going to bring out the symbol. The symbol. The symbol across the world when people are rebelling, when people are protesting, when people want their freedom. I am going to bring out the symbol that everybody uses for freedom, and that would be Old Glory, the American flag. Korea, when they were fighting, China, when they were fighting, Hong Kong, they brought out Old Glory. France, when they were fighting, they brought out Old Glory. Anybody that wants freedom and wants to protest, that they want to be included in anything, that they are patriots, that they love their country, that they love freedom, that they have rights, and that they are human, and that they run the show as we, the people, bring out Old Glory. And you know what? Old Glory never fails. She never fails. Not at all. Because automatically, when you're faced up against Old Glory, you're faced up against any patriot, any free-loving American, anybody that is inclusive and united and part of we the people. You have just lost your argument. Because Old Glory is infallible. She doesn't have flaws. She is perfect. She stands for justice, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for everyone. That's something else. Those kids there, that's something else. They should be in Congress. They should be the president. They should be in charge. Because they got it together. They said, you want to put your rainbow flag up against something? Here, put it up against this. And you saw how, oh my God, there was heads on fire everywhere. All because those children brought out the symbol of freedom. Leave us alone, adults. Let us live our lives. Let us worry about tic-tacking on the computer to our friends on Discord. Let us tic-tac on the computer to our friends on Roblox. Let us play our video games. Let us go out biking, hiking, and doing kids stuff. Let us learn our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. And you know what? As adults, we should respect that. We should say, hey, you know what? These kids brought out the symbol of freedom, the symbol of inclusivity, the symbol of united people. They've had enough. Leave them alone. Take your sexuality, put it in your house, in your bedroom, in your kitchen, wherever you want to put it. Leave the kids alone. Just like that one song goes, "Aye, teach us, leave those kids alone." Leave them alone. I am sick of this. Now the kids are fighting back. Now the kids are saying, we don't want to be included in your stupidity. Can you idiot adults go and take that to the adult realm, wherever that may be, and stuff it? We don't care about your politics. We don't care about your sexuality. We don't care about what you want for us. We care about what we want for us. And we don't want this. And as adults, you should respect that. Because once a kid opens their mouth in frustration and upset, you should have the heart. I don't care what color you are, what religion you are, what sexuality you are. When a kid opens their mouth in frustration and says, we've had enough, that's when you need to step back and leave them alone. And I hope and I pray that the parents of these schools that keep on forcing sexuality on children start suing them and start having them arrested, because that's sexual abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. You are abusing kids. And for that, you're disgusting. And you need to be in jail. And that's real with Robo. Oh, and my pronouns are USA.